Hey, welcome to the show. Feeling good with Duddy. That's me. Let's go.
Oh, fucking hell yeah, dude. It's episode 86 of Feeling Good with Duddy, the show that points at the world, has a huge laugh, and then points in the mirror and laughs hysterically. Fairest of the fair, bravest of them all. That's us. We've got an amazing show today. We've got guests. We've got all sorts of crazy shit. But firstly, let me introduce you to myself, Jake B. I'm a barber here in Southern California. And now let me introduce you to the host of the show, guitar player, singer of the Dirty Heads. Here he is, Duddy B.
What's up? That's right. 86.
Yeah. That's what you say in 1912 when you've been kicked out of a bar.
All right.
I've been 86th.
That is true. That is
Told
true.
me to scram. That's what they'll say, something like that.
Yeah, man. But we got a great show today. I'm super stoked. We have a good friend of mine here today with us. He's the DJ from Sublime with Rome. We're going to be bringing him on here in a second. Super duper stoked to have him here. But I'm also super duper stoked about the reviews coming in, guys. And I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. It really does help the show grow and just let us keep going. So we do see the 5-star reviews. We understand we're a 3-star show, and we do appreciate you guys lying to yourself and the world.
For us.
For us. It means a lot.
Yeah. We assume that all the 5-star ratings, they're 3s.
Yeah.
In your house, you're like, your mom's like, you gave him a 5. You're like, Ma, it's a 3.
Yeah.
But the guys need, and we know that, and we thank you. That's what we're saying. Self-aware, you guys.
Yeah.
Bravest of the brave. We went over it.
You told us.
Fairest of them all. Sure.
But yeah, that's right. So if you are listening and you do enjoy the show and you haven't yet given us a review or a rating, please do wherever you are listening, but especially over on that Apple podcast app. Head on over, give us a 5-star regardless of your thoughts on the show. Hit that 5-star.
Just hit the 5. And let's take it a step further. You have coworkers. Take their phones. They go to the bathroom, steal their code, take their phone, go online, sign up, give us a 5-star on their phone. I don't care if they listen. Hit automatic download. We don't care. It's the numbers. Get them up. And if they don't let you have their code, threaten violence. Don't do violence, but a nice, bold, very serious seeming threat. And then they give you the phone. You sign up, give it back, and you never hurt them. You get it? It's all positive stuff, really.
Anything else?
Do the violence if they don't give you the phone. In fact, do the violence on the coworkers. All right, you want to keep giving me room? Okay. No, that's it. That's
it. Before we bring Lee on, not much in music news for the Dirty Heads right now. There is some looking like there's some tours, getting planned out for this year, but nothing is set in stone. So fingers are crossed, hoping we can get out there. But me and Rome, we do have a new single coming out at the end of this month, January 22nd. It comes out. The song's called Lahaina. It's another cover song. We put out Stoned Me, which was a Van Morrison track, and now we're doing Lahaina, which is a Jimmy or Loggins and Messina song, and we actually had Jimmy Messina come in the studio with us and record it. It's a really fun track. Can't wait for you guys to hear that. And then also next month, it looks like me and Rome are going out to make up those shows that got canceled a couple months back.
So tours are happening for
Things
the
are
Rome and
happening.
Duddy and potential Dirty Head stuff in the future. Lee,
Yes.
our guest, might have something else to say about that. He thinks there's a show that's on the books with you guys and his
Oh, there
band.
is.
So why don't you bring him on? And
Yeah,
we'll
let's just
discuss
bring him
that
on
a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So right here we have LD. He's the DJ for Sublime with Rome. He's DJ'd with a lot of other cool acts. I've known him forever. Actually, I was friends with his older brother back in high school. That's how I was first introduced to him. Just a great dude and an old friend. So let's have on Lee Snyder.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, buddy.
It's an honor to be here,
And we're keeping with this is a beautiful 2021 already.
Oh,
yeah,
mic,
get
you
close
a
to the
little
mic.
closer on that.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise,
I was
I'll
about to
loopy
pass you
boy.
a joint, but it's
No.
COVID.
No joint passing in a COVID era. No, just get up on that mic. But yeah, dude. We had Duddy B. He kind of was our musical guest for the first episode, and now we've got another musical guest. I mean, you're not performing musically today, but you are a musical guest. So,
Surprise.
dude, surprise! Yeah, unless you brought all your shit.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, go home. You
banjo.
can get it. You can come back. Your banjo?
Yeah.
Do you play the banjo?
I do not play banjo.
Oh, that would have been amazing.
I would insist that you go home and get the banjo. But anyway, 2 music guests in a row, Duddy.
That's
2021.
We got a lot more too. Actually, we already have some scheduled coming up.
Lee, check this out. Tell
we
them who
got, next month we have already scheduled the Simkin Project is
That's
coming
right.
in on the 15th.
Nice.
We have Fortunate Youth coming
right.
in later on in the month. Actually, in 2 weeks from now, at the end of this month, we have Tunnel Vision coming in.
from San Clemente.
Next week, I have Rome coming on. It's
Straight
it's
from Nashville.
It's
Yeah.
a musical.
It's
journey.
a musical ass
It's
show.
a musical show.
It's a musical journey.
It's a musical journey that we are going to take you guys on the next
Duddy,
few weeks.
That's
here.
like the opening line of a commercial for a movie I will never watch on Netflix. Huh? You're like, hey, what's this? It's a musical journey, and I'll watch anything but that. All right, what's next? Okay.
Well, thanks
So it's
for
a
having me,
musical
guys.
journey. Yeah.
It's an honor to be here. Honestly, you know.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you for stopping by. So, what have you been up to? Obviously, we haven't been touring, nothing like that. But I've been seeing that you've been releasing some songs and just staying busy.
Whole lot of studio, man. Everybody's off tour, so everybody's in the studio writing records. So I'm producing a ton of different bands, artists, and mixing a ton of records. Recording a ton of shit.
That's a big, huge part of what you do. Like, yes, you DJ with Sublime with Rome, but you're always
Typically it's
producing.
like 50-50
Yeah.
because we're on tour, just like Dirty Heads like a majority of the year. But since 2020, I think we had 18 shows
That's crazy.
last year.
Yeah.
Which is, we got pulled off the road I think in February or March, just like pretty much everyone else. So I mean, the majority of my 2020 I spent in the studio, which is, it's my comfort zone anyways. It's like everybody's like, talks about how there's the quarantine happening and stuff like that, and it's affected me so much. I'm pretty much quarantined in the studio for 2 decades, so it hasn't really been
like,
a fucking
what's
change
happening
for me.
outside?
It's so funny for like engineers at studios, the dudes that are like on the boards.
Yeah,
That's just where they live. They're there all day, every
Just
day
give us
recording
coffee.
bands.
and a joint every once in a while.
Dude, I remember.
I could keep going.
Recording sessions aren't like we open at 9 and we're closed at 5. No, you're recording at 4 a.m. if that's where the recording takes you. And then you just, I can remember back in the day, and of course you guys can all attest, like you're in the studio till 2, 3 in the morning, and then you go home, sleep for a couple hours.
I hate
back to the
I
studio.
hate that, by the way.
I can't. do that.
I'm a morning
Me
cat,
too.
dude.
I love
Yeah.
the morning
My
too.
brain works best between the hours of like 6 in the morning to 6 at night. So like
Dude, I'm with you 100%.
in my early 20s though, I was like in the studio till 4:30 in
Yep.
the morning, and
Your
we
ears
made
don't
12 songs last night.
Well, you
It's
think
like,
that's what you're supposed to do? Like,
it's like 11 out of 12 sounded like shit. You should probably
Yeah.
just like worked for 3 hours, made one good song, go home to your family, eat a normal dinner, go to bed at a decent time, try again.
yep.
You
Yep.
probably have better results.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
Work
That's
Well,
just-
smarter.
everyone's because Jared's complete opposite of me. Jared likes to be in the
Night owl.
studio at all hours of the night, writing his lyrics and
Yeah.
stuff in the studio. Where I'm like, I like to write my lyrics a lot of times outside the studio. you
Yeah,
know? Driving around. I'm at home. I like to get in the studio early. I'm out of there so I can go home and actually like eat dinner with the family and shit. Still most of the time.
have like a normal life.
normal
Like there's
life,
like this huge
studio.
misconception that artists have to have this like crazy life where it's like all these, you work at all hours of the night. And yeah, sometimes it's true. Like we have to do certain things like
Totally.
that, but making that part of like your normal workflow of like, yeah, I work till 4 in the morning every night. Like, dude, I couldn't imagine being a zombie like that.
No way.
Maybe, like I said, maybe in my early 20s,
When I
but
that's
was
the thing,
younger,
dude.
I'll be
when I was
37
younger,
this
for sure.
coming year.
Yeah.
So it's
Here's
like,
the deal. When you're younger, where the fuck else would you ever rather be?
Totally.
That's the thing. When it's all new to you and you're fresh in the studio and young too, you don't want to leave the studio.
yeah.
You just want to get all your ideas down, And
Yeah.
as you get older and
I
you
remember
know
too,
that it's
yeah.
not going anywhere.
And
like,
you're in the
right.
studio when you're younger. You're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking drink.
All
I'm
drunk,
gonna
yeah.
just, you
Drunk.
know,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
not in there.
partying. I'm gonna have friends come stop by and just hang out for no fucking reason. Just
Yep.
Now if people come to the studio, it's like, what are you doing
what?
here?
Get out of
Like,
here, dude. I'm working. Like,
Yeah, just beat it.
yeah.
Oh, we're all adults.
Dude, how funny.
Look
Do you
at
remember
us.
too? I even
Adulting,
remember
we're
like,
adulting hard.
like, oh, we'll invite girls over to the studio. You're like, oh, come on. What are you doing?
Dude, what a different time. Right. Look, if you remember, you used to watch VH1, like Behind the Music or whatever, and that's all it was. Like in the 80s, these bands would be in studios and it would be just like, and
cocaine,
there's 30
strippers.
Hookers in there. You're like, what? They would just throw parties in the studios. Like, how
Dude,
did
the
they get
studio
all this?
owner's probably so bummed, just like,
Shit.
Or
The next
stoked,
day.
depending on how
Yeah.
creepy the owner.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, if he's the
totally.
creepy, you know.
Some of those dudes.
I'm guessing stoked.
Yeah. Some of those guys were like, these are fucking just bridge trolls. Coming out, dude. Yikes. None of that shit happens anymore. Yeah, it's still a misconception because even young people, they still can see the videos. We still like think that the rock stardom is that. Remember, you hear the stories from like Led Zeppelin, like beat up a chick with a fish, and like that's all real shit that you used to just do as crazy shit you could backstage. That's what it was. Anyway, different
everything
times.
is mild. Yeah, everything's so mild. Like even like some of the guys like security guards or something that we'll tour with who've like been in the business forever. They're like, I remember in the 80s, man, you guys are mild compared to,
totally.
It's true. Like you come to our dressing room before we play and it's like damn near depressing. Like we've all
quiet.
we've been on the road 60, 70 days. Everybody's kind of just doing their own thing and everybody thinks it's this like huge party where everybody's like taking shots and there's chicks around and all. It's like, no, we're all just like a little bit tired from the day before, maybe slightly hungover. Who knows? But it's not like people think,
No, that's what's funny. It's like, we got to get backstage. It's like,
you don't want to
go back there. It's not what you think.
You don't want to peek behind the curtain, everybody. You think it's just a big bong toke. There's a lot of bong toke.
There is a lot of bong.
I will say that there's lots of bong toke. But you think it's just a bunch of there's a lot of hookers.
There's actually
there's zero hookstresses anymore. There's no ladies of the evening any longer. Fellas, whatever.
Yeah, sorry to burst everyone's
yeah,
bubble,
you guys, it's really just a lot of Instagram scrolling. Very boring. All the action's in the crowd.
Oh man.
But sometimes we'll catch ourselves in being like that and we'll be like, we need to turn some music on and let's take a shot and like let's smoke a joint. And,
what are we doing?
Yeah. We're not dead.
We all catch ourselves being like,
dude, we talk about it all the time of like, oh my God, rock stars from the past would look at rock stars now and just be like,
just
what?
laugh.
Turning in their grave.
But do remember this, because I was there and we talked about this a little bit before the show. You came in into Sublime with Rome in 2012 or 13, you said?
July 2012.
2012. And they started in 2010. Yeah. And this was right when the Dirty Heads, blew up with Lay Me Down. And that was the exact same time that Sublime with Rome blew up right at the start. I was lucky enough to be asked by Duddy to go on tour with them, to help.
Yeah.
Just whatever, do stuff like that, day-to-day stuff for them. And I went and it was pretty in 2010, the walls were getting broken. I've seen Rome. We talked about it on the show. Throw champagne bottles through walls. I've seen nudity. I've seen craziness. I've seen all the fun shit. It was rad. Maybe that was like the last moment of that.
You're catching the tail
end.
We had a couple years. We had like a few years. Well, all of our van years. We had like, we did 8-9 years in the van and we were all just like pretty much just turning 21 and shit, whatever.
Those times are just naturally more wild, I think.
Wild.
Anyways.
So we were just all just going fucking 100 miles per hour at all times, just woo, because that's the only way you can get through those type of tours.
Yep.
The crazy long drives in a van every night, showing up to just bars and little shitholes every single day, making $0. You're partying. That's how you get through that, So we had our time.
The only way to fall asleep sitting
paying
up.
dues.
Yes,
paying dues. Yep.
That's not a thing anymore either. Now you just go on TikTok and then bam, you're on K-Rock. It's like,
little nip slip or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Oh my God, a sex video leaked.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Oh,
and
no
Travis Barker's playing drums for me. All right, dude.
Oh my goodness
good
gracious.
Old times.
Oh wow.
We forgot we were recording a show. We just started talking
I
about
know.
the old times. But it was good. But we did get the tail end. We got a fun several years of actually being complete degenerate.
We had a handful
idiots.
of bus years still where we were just going crazy, and our first couple buses,
and Rome as well. He was right there.
Rome too. Yep, we've talked about it on the show. So I think we had all the 8 years or so in a van, and then we had one tour in an RV that Fox let us borrow. We've talked about that
Like
company,
Fox, like motor racing.
and we
like, yeah.
just
Thing was
fucking
probably destroyed.
We destroyed that. We didn't even have a driver. Like it was like we were driving it ourselves and shit. We destroyed that thing.
That's
And
the
then
famous piss waterfall
story. Yeah,
Oh,
that
God.
thing we've talked about.
Your guys'
on the show.
crew, honestly, you guys have more antics going on, I feel like, on your bus than we do.
Dude, when
You
the
know what I
when the
mean?
Dirty Heads first hit it big like that, this was early like days of YouTube or any type of that. You guys were internet antics
Oh,
guys.
totally.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
videos that had shitloads of views online of these guys just being complete insane
Yeah.
people backstage. It was a pretty fun time.
Yeah. So yeah, we had like I'd say 3 years or so while we were still going pretty hard in buses, and then it just slowed down quick.
Dude,
It was like overnight. Like it was like one tour we were just all assholes, and like the next tour it was like, let's get to bed at a reasonable hour. You know,
it's social media too.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
totally.
for a good reason. Because look, in the 80s, there was probably such horrifying,
Oh, my
debaucherous
God.
things happening
but
to
you
people
didn't have
backstage.
to worry
and
about anyone
no
seeing
one.
it.
You just had to
No
take
one.
someone's word for it.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
think it's bad now. I'm sure every president of the United States banged 75,000 chicks across the world. It just nobody ever
Yeah,
could prove
think-
it. Now you can't even look at anyone and you're busted and kicked off Twitter. You're like, that's where we're at. But we got those last few years before all that social media shit was crazy, and it was fun times. Thank God. I always say it's just like we remember before computers.
Yep.
We remember when we had to stand up, walk over to our TV and turn a dial to get a different channel. Like, I'm so glad I remember that, because that's never again,
Yeah.
unless all the power goes out in the world and then we're fucked anyway. But that's never again. We remember a simpler time. But it's good that we got the social media, I'm sure. Saving a lot of young lives.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if it is, but
Yeah, you're right. It's actually probably making things worse. Who knows? It might be better if we just turn it all off.
Oy. Oh man. But well, we kind of jumped right into it like you said, but before we started today, Jake, you did tell me that you saw someone that you thought maybe should be slapped or something.
Yeah, Duddy did not have a you should be shot or you should be stabbed or murdered of any kind today. But I do, Duddy. I do. I went to the park and I saw a guy that I forgot about this guy. I went to the park with my son. I'm playing on the playground. My wife, my son. It's a beautiful day. And there are two guys playing basketball. There's this one-on-one, dude. Both two wildly unathletic fellas playing a game of hoop on a nice sunny day down at the park. It's just a little park and it's only a half court. It's this little half court. And so I'm doing the thing on the slide with my son, and all of a sudden I hear one of the guys. He's all, "No, that's not a check. This is a check." And it starts there. And so I look up and I see this poor kid. I said, you can tell that one of the guys is trying to have a good time, and the other guy is the guy that I forgot existed.
Sweatband and
It was, he had a Southern accent.
okay.
Not that that's a bad thing, but this guy did. He was kind of, he looked like he did 2 years in the Marines and then was dishonorably discharged. One of those guys, like kind of buff, but the tight haircut, little accent, kind of walking with his chest out, puffing the
Just
chest.
a wild card.
The wild card dude. He's got the super long basketball gym shorts on. We were just like, those are long enough that it shows that style is not a factor. You're just an animal out here, dude. These are, this is a horrifying, this is like you're arrested in these shorts only, right? He's shirtless. He's got a couple little stray tattoos, sort of buff. You probably wouldn't want to fight him. He's like thick. You don't want to fight this guy, and he's a wild card, and he's wearing those shorts, which means he'll bite you. He'll poke eyes. This guy's a fucking monster. So I hear him. He's yelling at this poor kid about how to check the ball, right? This is a check, and the kid's all, okay. And then I see this kind of chubby little kid burn him, go around him, and hit a layup.
Oh, yeah.
And then he checks the ball to this loudmouth guy, and he goes 3-0, and he checks the ball to the guy. The guy goes 3-1. And I'm like, babe, I go, let's just watch it. And then the kid's all, you didn't score yet. He's all, yes, I did, made a layup. And the kid's like, okay, 3-1. And then this went on for a couple more points. And then the poor kid went, I quit. He's all, you know what, I'm done. And I walked away. And the other guy goes, all right, well, I won. And I just went, I forgot this guy existed.
Wow.
You went to the park to shoot some hoops. An asshole walks up, says, let's play a game.
Yeah.
And then immediately starts yelling at you. And I remember this. Have you ever had this?
Oh, this is the over the top park athlete guy who's, acting like the pickup game at the park is, the championship.
Dude.
And he's going to win money and a trophy at the end of it.
It was unreal. I just forgot it was a thing. I haven't played a basketball at a park in 15 years.
I went through a phase where I was going to the park playing basketball. We had a group of friends and we would do it all the time, and we'd go and we'd get into pickup games and we'd do all that. And 90% of the time is great and you had fun, but you get the guys, or you get the couple guys that come and they're like, oh, we're going to come and run these courts, and they're just, everything's over the top. And then it's worse though when you actually like get put on their team, and then you're like,
you gotta work with them.
and they're like throwing passes like 900 miles per hour at you and just fucking smash it. You're like, come on, guy, what are you doing? They got knee pads and
it bummed me out. I saw the stress on the poor dude's face that was like, I thought we were just gonna play one-on-one. This got serious so
can we
fast.
just play horse or something? Like,
and he just like demoralized and like was just looking at his cell phone, just trying to not make eye contact, and then he just went home. And I'm like, wow, life is still a thing.
And it's from a movie too. I want to say, what is it? I forget the movie, but I remember playing against this guy too, the old guy who shows up and gets in the pickup game, and he's got a tank top on, super duper hairy, super duper sweaty.
Cable guy.
Is it cable?
I think it's Cable Guy, where he jumps and just slides the face
and
up
it's
the
just
chest.
the sweat, the hairy sweat all up and down you, and you're like, dude, just fucking just take the lane. I don't care. Just go.
Score, have 100 points.
I'd rather
dude.
lose every game for the rest of my life than touch you.
It was a thing, man. So anyway, that's all. I don't know if this guy should be shot for sure, because he seems like he's probably going to murder someone within a week, but I don't know where. I don't know. What would you do to this guy if you had seen this man at the park?
I would probably shoot him in the ankle.
An ankle shot.
Yeah, because then he can't really play basketball.
Does he recover all the way?
He recovers enough to where he can go and he can play like around the world, and he can play horse, and he can play things like
only
that.
Shot-based games.
But you can't be one-on-one in anymore.
No
dude.
more driving the lane. No more bodying up on poor kids at the park.
No more talking shit.
Oh, dude. Lee, what's the punishment?
Oh man, someone like that, they need a broken toe, like something to where they can't come out the next day.
That is exactly what he needs.
Pop
Something
a finger. Maybe nothing like, maybe he doesn't need to be shot, but he needs to be.
See, I agree. It's like
he needs to be put in some sort of place.
I think we should ask Steven Seagal.
Sometimes when you go down to the local park, Duddy, some people think they're above the rim. Cheap fouls, bullying you around. Here's what I like to do. Everybody's elbow bends one way. I like to bend it the other way. And then they'll know that they're not above the rim. Yeah, that's actually pretty sound advice from Steve Seagal. What do you think about that? Like a broken elbow?
Well, I mean, Steven Seagal is a legend. So if that's what he's saying that needs to be done, he's the master at inflicting bodily harm.
And he sounded calm
on his victims
and reasonable when he said it.
Yeah. I would take his advice.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, he'll be able to play basketball again.
Right.
But for a bit, he's going to have to think about not being such an asshole.
Until then, he's going to bend his elbow out of the socket or whatever the fuck he's saying.
So it's not a you should be shot. It's not a you should be slapped. It's a you should be snapped.
You should have a broken bone.
You should be snapped.
Your arm should be somewhat dislocated, compound fractured.
It's just hard to market that. This is our segment called "Your Arm Should Be Dislocated." Some sort of compound.
I got it. This segment's called "Fractured."
You should be fractured, Luke. Throw a fractured arm sound.
Shit.
All right, so that's all, dude. So Duddy didn't run into anybody. I did run into park asshole basketball guy, and I just forgot that he was a thing. That's about it for me this week, dude. Pretty positive, Duddy. That was a really good segment.
That was really, really good.
I'm glad we did it. So, Duddy, why don't you tell everybody, here's the thing that we've been wanting to kind of plug. Every time we're done with an episode, we go, we should have plugged the bunker on Facebook and told people about this. We always forget. Duddy, tell everybody.
So what the bunker is there's been a group that was formed on Facebook. It's called the FGWD Bunker. And really what it is it's just a bunch of listeners, and it's a community that they've created over there, and they just talk about a lot of things that go on the show, and they talk about of what goes on also on our Patreon show. We do have a Patreon page where we do a bonus episode every month called the Monday Morning Hangover. So there's all sorts of inside jokes and things happening over on the Bunker page. So if you are listening and you enjoy the show and you want to talk with other people who are, enjoying the show as well, head on over to the FGWD Bunker page on Facebook.
Go do that.
It's actually it is a community.
It is a lot of fun.
They make memes about us, which is hilarious. We see them, we laugh. And then the best part is they kind of break down each segment of the show and kind of everybody discusses the segments. They talk shit on us. We see that too. And then sometimes we talk shit on them. That's what we do. It's fun. I mean, it's a conversation, but
It's fun.
we've been
It's the
meaning
way
to
the
tell you
internet
guys,
works, man.
Yeah.
that's pretty much, it's real world life shit over there. We'll call you out, and we want to start bringing some of the wilder posts or whatever, the posts that we deem fun. We want to bring them to the show and comment on them. So I guess the more of you that are in there, the more fun that will be, the more people we'll have to make fun of. That's what it is. All right, Duddy. So we're going to talk to you about some personal, scary, possible things, maybe some Eric Wilson stories that you have coming up from Sublime, like cool shit like that. But this is a part of the show, Lee, that we do. Now, you know people that talk about conspiracy queries, right?
Queried.
I'm sorry, conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what my bad. I did it backwards. Conspiracy theories. They come to your house. They ruin your party. They corner people. They tell them uranium's underneath the pyramids and right? And you're like, okay, great. Duddy loves that stuff, but he doesn't have any theories. He has something called a conspiracy query, where he just tells you something he heard, and then it's up to you to decide, whether you believe
up to interpretation.
Exactly. Duddy he's looking for it right now, but he's going to explain it again too.
So
Duddy.
this is a conspiracy query. Okay. This isn't a theory. I'm not trying to convince you that this is real. I'm not saying that, I came up with this. I'm just simply asking if you believe in conspiracy queries. Sure. All right. And this one.
No, I do.
Yeah. Okay. He does.
Okay.
And this, you'll believe in this. And this is, we're taking you guys on a journey around the globe. And today we're stopping in our great nation's capital, Jake, Kansas.
Of course.
All right. And this one is called Stoll's Gateway to Hell.
Hell yeah.
The tiny town of Stoll has counted very few residents since it was founded in 1856. The most famous is rumored to be Lucifer himself, Jake, who some say appears at the town cemetery on Halloween and spring equinox. They say he uses the site where a roofless church once stood as a portal to and from hell. Some say that he's drawn to the site of frequent witch hangings. Others believe one of the graves actually contains Satan's own child. Either way, new graves continue to be dug despite signs warning against trespassers, perhaps referring directly to the Prince of Darkness himself or the cults that are rumored to flock the grounds.
Bro, what the fuck? What was that?
What? Wait, so
So you don't believe it? You said you believe.
I don't believe that.
What?
Am I allowed to disagree?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, you can say no. We often do disagree, but so they're saying Satan shows up twice a year.
What's the name of Lucifer's kid? Did he have a name?
The Prince of Darkness. That's Damien.
That's right. It's all for you, Damien. Remember?
So Damien was buried there. One of the graves actually contains Satan's own child. So Damien is buried there
In fucking Kansas, huh?
in Kansas in Stoll's Gateway to Hell. I mean, it's got all the facts right here. It says
It's all laid out.
Are those facts? Wow,
it
so that's
says
crazy.
that he appears at the town cemetery on Halloween and the spring equinox.
I like
So
that one
twice
too.
a
It's
year.
like, yeah, why the spring?
Why
I'm here
spring?
on Halloween. You're like, I get it. And the spring equinox.
Like, what? That's not
Why?
very Satan-y.
And also Groundhog's Day. Well, what? Why? Yeah, okay.
Lincoln's birthday. Wait, Satan, now you're just
Oh
showing
my
up.
God.
I think
Arbor Day. I like to show up in support of the trees.
all right, Satan, we're getting a little sick of
Yeah.
you showing up,
We
okay?
get it, dude.
Yeah.
I like to show up on National Taco Day. I'm like, all right, Satan, dude.
I'll
You
get
guys
the
mind if I-
Diablo sauce.
Do you guys mind if I smoke?
Go
I
for
know.
Right
it.
ahead. Yeah.
No. How polite
So,
is
I
Lee?
mean,
Is it
I
okay
guess-
if I disagree on this program?
Is it okay if I smoke?
Well, you know.
So you're saying you-
Well,
I
you
get
know.
fucking, banned from your guys' circle from the bunker.
You can't
Facebook
get
group.
banned from here. It's impossible.
So are you saying that you don't believe that Satan shows up twice a year in Stoll's Gateway because his son Damien was born there?
Well,
there?
I think there might not be enough going on in Kansas to where they had to make up a story like that
Okay.
to really kind of lure people in.
Well, I
To
got
this-
an idea.
To visit.
I
What's
got
the
an idea.
population of this city?
It says that
It said, like,
tiny
very
town of Stoll
few.
has counted a very few residents since it was founded in 1856.
Population is unclear.
What if it was? I think there's 666 people.
Oh, Duddy, look what you
Oh.
just
Population
did.
never changes.
I
now,
like
now
that.
now I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
someone new
I just
comes
needed
in,
some hard
someone
data.
dies
Yes.
immediately.
You can move here, but you must kill one of us.
One of us.
I kinda like it.
of us. I like this.
Ooh. All right. So
I believe that one.
I believe it too, and that was kind of creepy.
Kind of creepy.
Let's stay in the creepy vibe.
Let's live like right in this creepy zone right here.
Lee has told us that he may have a scary zone story for us. Luke, hit that creepy music.
So, allegedly,
Good word.
okay. So Rome and I lived in a house in Hollywood,
Okay.
and it was like a big studio house. Daddy had we made a bunch of records over there.
Yeah.
So Dave Floral, Dirty Heads bassist, came out to work on his Stone Soup project,
Yeah.
a solo thing he was doing a couple years ago. And he pulls up on his motorcycle in the driveway, and then out the corner of my eye, I see our 60-year-old neighbor named Luis beeline it up the street, up Honey Drive.
Yeah.
And she's a punisher. Every time she comes over,
Really great.
she's just like wants to talk for like 20 minutes and stuff.
Oh.
So anyways, see her walking up, I'm like, all right, cool. This is gonna suck. And then so anyways, Dave's taking his helmet off, the gloves, whatever, all the the riding fucking jackets and all that shit. And she comes up to me and she's like, hey, this lady Louise, she's like pointing at the studio house, and she's like, hey, have you guys noticed anything weird happening in that long room right there? And that was my room, that was my studio room. And I was like, no, why? And she's like, oh, well, a lady died in there of cancer, like, I don't know, like 10 years ago or something, and the house is haunted. The whole house is haunted by her.
Who just walks up? I love
Right?
that. And just, hey, did you know?
And
one of
Dave, mind you, I barely said hello to him, so he's looking at me like, who the fuck is this lady? And where am I about to go record right now? And like,
That is amazing.
But so like, it's obviously it's not that scary, but we ended up like playing pranks on each other in the house after that. Like one of our buddies, this guy named Brandon, who had a studio in there, we took like little baby hands, our buddy Flick did, little baby hands, put them in mud and smeared mud on the back of his studio chair.
Oh, baby
And when
hand
he
mud?
came, yeah, it looked like some little kid was trying to escape fucking whatever. But so all of us, so all of us were kind of in on this joke in the house.
under the house.
And dude, our boy Brandon was freaked out, like something was
yeah.
actually fucking going on. But we were all like, fucking yeah.
He
Like,
comes running out. Dude, who is in my studio?
Everyone's like, it's not me. My hands are way too big.
Dude, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands.
fucking.
Bro, those are baby hands.
But honestly, like in that house, I swear to God, like there was either like people, like all of us fucking with each other. But I used to sleep there at night, so sometimes I'd sleep in an empty fucking house, and there would be times where I would, like, there was one specific time where the shutters on the blinds like acted like someone was kind of pushing on it.
Oh, shit.
And I knew no one was there, so. I don't
Creepy
know.
times.
That's pretty
Why-
creepy.
I'm
I was
mad at
scared.
Luis.
Luis?
Yeah.
I get it though. We
She was
all
a nice
know
lady.
her. Yeah,
she was
she's
a nice lady. She did like voiceovers in Hollywood, so she was just like this, you know. She's like, I had lived on this street for 40 years, and she was like, we could tell that she didn't like us very. Like she
was like,
these are nice boys.
out.
These are nice boys,
Yeah.
or whatever. But we were so loud in the
yeah.
house.
Oh yeah.
Like 4 studios, like rolling, fucking all day long, all through the night.
Yeah.
The
And
cops
then just
used to
party
come.
zone.
The cops used to come and just be like, turn it down, the ladies, but
Luis.
you don't have to.
Yeah.
The cops are all, by the way, someone died in there. All right, thanks, guys.
I mean, that's. I guess it ain't that fucking scary, but you know.
No, but just funny. Everyone's
Yeah.
got that neighbor. I know
Yeah.
the pun. I love how you said she's
Oh,
a
here she
Punisher.
comes.
There's always
Straight
that neighbor where
Punisher.
you're like you almost want to like drive past your house. You're like, I'm gonna pull into my driveway. Oh no, there's the Punisher.
Rome would always be
This
like,
could be 20 minutes.
I'm not home. I'm not home.
Yep, I'm not home.
Because she'd always ask for Rome. I would have to be the guy to fucking always like face her and shit. Like she would always
Face her,
catch, she would always catch me, but she would never catch Rome. And like Rome would like literally drive away, and she'd be like, "Hey," like, trying to get his attention, and he would spot her.
Later.
Dude, are you doing the backing away move? Where you're just taking steps back as you talk? Yeah,
Check,
Luis,
you check the phone. Check the phone.
Check the phone, just
dude.
giving every
and
international
one step back.
signal.
Check the phone.
Okay, Luis.
She didn't pick up on it.
Okay,
Nope,
Luis.
the Punisher never does.
She was
No.
too old.
Yeah,
God bless her soul.
That's-
we wish
yeah.
her the best.
we do.
She did call the cops on you every one of those times.
Fucking bitch.
So another thing everybody loves is Eric Wilson, dude.
Yeah.
Eric Wilson.
My-
If you guys
my
don't
guy.
know who's listening, he's the bass player for Sublime. He still plays with Sublime with Rome.
Fuck yeah.
Lee's in the band. And he's just an absolute unique character, and he's a wild unicorn of there's no one else like him. And he has crazy stories. We've told many of them on the show. You got one, dude. Anything. Any
have
little
many.
thing.
I
So
have
many of
many.
them are
I mean,
incriminating that you can't.
Let's see, like, I don't know. I guess like one PG kind of rated PG kind of
Yeah.
story. I mean, he's notorious for like going to pawn shops like a couple hours before we go on
Oh.
stage. Like he'll be like, we're on stage at 6. At 4, he's like, I'm gonna go to the pawn shop. Like it's literally, 10 minutes away, and don't worry, I'll be back. And then Eric Friedman is our road manager, and he's kind of like in charge of making sure we're all where we need to be, like when we're supposed to be there.
Mhm.
And so, of course, he's, freaking out, obviously nervous that he's not going to make it back in time for good reasons. And so he's out, and literally like we're all side stage, like the intro music's like kind of rolling. Like
God.
we got like 5 minutes before we walk on, and Eric's nowhere to be found. And Cheese is freaking out. He's like, where is he? Friedman's freaking out. And sure enough, like you hear a motorcycle roll up, and it's pouring rain, and Wilson rolls up, basically no shirt on, in board shorts, drenched by the rain, driving up in the rain, drives up on the deck, puts his bass on, and gets on stage. And
Yep.
I mean, there's probably 10 million stories like that.
Dude,
That's such
you know
a
what I mean?
perfect
Yep.
Eric Wilson story too.
I remember back
He's so
like we were
fucking
talking about
awesome,
in
dude.
2010
Yeah.
with
Eric-
that stuff.
Eric's like definitely the most like unique person, like you were saying, like I've ever met, but also like one of the most like kind-hearted, like generous people I've ever met. And he's like one of the smartest people I've ever met too, which is not something that he kind of puts on. Like he's like a music fucking almanac. Like that
Oh,
guy
totally.
could tell you everything about all types of different genres and shit. But shout out to Eric. Love you,
Shout
buddy.
out to Eric, dude. One more story. We got to compile them. We've got enough now.
We've got a lot of Eric stories, and they're always so just amazing. And yeah, and something that's not amazing are these guys that are coming in right now, Jake. I see them.
Oh, is that happening right
So
now?
we got
Who the fuck are these guys?
we've got
We're about to find out horrifyingly.
We've got the stoner guys from 424/7 News. They're coming in. They heard that LD was going to be here today, and they really wanted to come in and talk to him. But before we get into that, we got the sponsors. And after the sponsors, we actually got a special guest coming in, guys. I ran into him the other day at Cheese's house, and it's Shawn Denver. And for you guys out there who don't know who that is, it's John Denver's his cousin.
Yeah, I didn't know about this one either, guys. This is
Yeah.
a Duddy
Wow.
thing.
I
Is it
didn't.
Cheese's?
I didn't know about this until this past weekend when I went over to Cheese's. I met him, and Cheese was like, "Oh yeah, this is Shawn Denver. This is John Denver's cousin." And I was like, "Cool." Didn't think anything about it. He was a super nice guy, and while we were hanging out, he told me a pretty crazy story, and I asked him if he'd come over, today and share it with you guys. So you guys will hear that in a little bit, but first let's let these idiots in.
All right, Duddy, let's get out of here. Luke, play their stupid music, and we'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, are you ready, bro?
Oh, I'm ready.
Dude, fire it up, bro. Dude, toke it. Oh, sick can be, guys. What's going on? Hi, everybody. It's your boy, Snake OG, and my partner here, Blonde Marley. Say what's up, BM.
What's up? How are you guys doing today? And before we even first off going into it, I notice over here that LD is smoking on a super dank hooter the size of a small Louisville slugger.
Dude, he is, dude. He's definitely smoking a little banger right there. And
Nice
that's
observation,
good to see.
dudes.
Sick observation. Thank you for thanking us for observating that,
Big
dude.
word.
You're already sick, dude. We knew you would be. But anyway, guys, look, real quick. Things are going great in Escondido.
Where Snake had his.
First burrito, dude. You guys remember. Things are going good with us. The Galians are great. We're smoking space weed out of square bongs, dude. All is well. We just wanted to give you an update. Life's never been so good, dude. So let's get right into it. BM, dude.
So first off, we just want to say super big fan of yours. Super big fan of your
Seeing
band.
you.
Likewise, guys.
What?
I've heard a lot about you guys too.
What?
You guys are
Sick.
fucking
What?
the infamous fucking stoners, bro.
No fucking way, dude.
Fucking-
This guy's ever, dude.
Fucking Snake OG or whatever your name is.
That's fucking my name. That is what it is. Sick.
You're verified, right, on Instagram?
Absolutely not, dude. Well, I don't know what that means, but sick. Thank you.
All right. But
Sick. You're verified, right? That sounds like that's cool lingo. I'm gonna say that to people now. I'm gonna be like, hey, "What's up, bro? You verified?"
Fucking verified,
Just like,
bro.
give him a high five and shit. But
All right.
BM, dude, you've been the question asker, dude. You've been
so,
the Punisher.
I remember.
I heard that earlier.
I'll never forget the first time I saw you, Cali Roots. I was in the crowd and I'm watching Sublime with Rome play. And I was like, if I ever get the chance to ask Lee a question, this is the question I want to ask this guy.
Dude, you're gonna ask him.
So I know that you're like playing with
he's
Sublime
doing
with
it.
Rome.
He's fucking asking.
And I know you like hanging out with Rome.
This is
And you
how
guys
he
are like
asks.
on the tour and you're always like on the road and you play like reggae
Dude, he's
fests.
getting to it.
Do you ever get
Say it.
free weed?
Yes.
Oh, sick. It's like Little Savior. I knew the answer was yes, but when you hear it, dude, it solidifies everything you thought you knew.
Incredible, right?
Oh, it's just
Oh,
wild, dude.
that's so
Bags, jars or bags.
Fucking bags and bags.
Bags out of bags, dude. More than one bag.
Multiple bags.
Oh, fuck.
Fucking bags.
Dude. Oh, this is sick. Should he be the third guy in the studio? You want to move to Escondido, dude, and live in a studio with us?
Sure, bro.
Sick.
Whoa,
Dude, you ever
sick.
smoked space weed out of a square bong?
I am right now, bro.
Oh, fucking this guy's heavy, dude. BM, dude, hit him with another stinger, dude.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just absolutely interrogate him, dude. Go for it. Got him, dude. Go got him.
All right. So I noticed that you wear spectacles.
Investigate him, dude.
Have you ever been like outside on a super sunny day
Oh, what's he asking?
and like taken off your spectacles
This is gonna be a sick question.
and like had the sun go through it and heat up your crispy nugs?
Oh, dude.
My what now?
Your crispy nugs.
My crispy nugs? My
Yeah.
weed?
Yeah, dude. Super crispy nugs.
So like the sun was coming through my glasses and it made my nugs crispy.
He's asking
No,
if
no,
you've
no.
used your
Have you
glasses
ever-
to use
Oh, like a
like a
magnifying
magnifying
glass.
glass.
Yeah.
No, but that's a fucking solid. That's a solid stoner move.
All right, well, I can't. Okay, then one more question.
Hit him with another one, dude. BM, that was a weird question, dude.
Can we take some of your free weed and use your glasses to smoke some hay with?
Absolutely.
Dude, I think he was a full-blown fucking weed legend, dude. Tight.
Fucking legend.
Oh, fucking BM, dude. They're flashing the green light at us. That means get the fuck out of here, dude. We know what it is, dude. Anything you want to say, dude, before I send us away at BM? Any sick questions?
I don't think so, man.
Dude, LD, you're the best, dude. Come to Escondido with us after the show. Move in. It's a studio apartment. We live with two gay guys from space. We call them Galians, and we smoke space weed out of a square bong. Dude, it's a long backstory. We'll fill you in Escondido. I'm Snake OG saying puff tough, and this is my boy BM saying
Stay crispy.
yeah.
I'm starting to think that I do hate them.
Yeah, no, I don't like them either. Yeah, I've decided.
I almost thought that I was
Yep.
kind of starting to come around on them, but
Nope.
no.
The last 2 weeks, I was like, these guys aren't that bad. And then I saw them today. I'm like, nope, they're that bad and they're worse than what I thought they were.
Who let him in? Those guys were
We
fucking
don't-
weird,
We
bro.
don't know
Yeah.
how they get in. We don't
And
really
we wouldn't let
understand
them. For some reason, our listeners like them.
They
so,
love them.
Okay.
They just love them.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that shows you how smart our listeners are.
Yeah, we're really dumb. So,
Oh, but I will say so.
God damn it.
Good God.
Oh boy. In the middle of JQ area,
yeah.
this happens.
Oh man. But it does always feel good when they leave.
Oh, it does.
Yes,
dude.
and speaking of feeling good, we have some sponsors on this show that make us feel great. And first and foremost, Koi CBD. We love this company. We love this product. I use it every single day. You've heard the story. I take the drops every single morning when I wake up. I love the way it makes me feel. And also, I get crazy like aches and pains in my wrists and in my fingers when I'm playing guitar a lot, and especially when it's freezing. And it's always freezing in this bunker, even with the space
Oh my
heaters in
God.
here.
My
it's still
hands are
cold.
freezing because the space heater is hitting
Yeah.
our legs.
So-
you can't win.
I get lots of aches and pains in there, but what since I've been on a steady diet of CBD, I've noticed it happens way less frequent than it used to, but it still does come back every now and then. And they've got these great products like a roll-on, almost icy hot situation, and they've got just some great balms and rubs that you can use. And if you're anyone out there with like aches and pains and whatnot, and you're using a lot of over-the-counter pain medicines, give CBD a try. Give Koi CBD a try. It is the best, and it's much healthier for you.
And like actually right now we puffed a Koi CBD joint before the
Yep.
show. LD's puffing on one right now as we
That's my
speak.
third one.
Yeah, so, you're all fucking cool. You're CBD'd out. Yeah, Duddy was like, hey dude, check it out, you guys, some CBD joints. So we roasted them up.
Yep. So
LD,
super cool.
puffin' tough,
And
dude,
if you
so-
head over to koicbd.com and you put in code feel good at checkout, you will get 15% off your first order. That's right. And also plugins, keychains. I'm looking for my thing here. This is an awesome product, guys. I've had one of these on my wall at home for years. And what it is, it's like a replica of a guitar amp head, and it's a keychain holder. So it comes with 4 1/4-inch cables that are keychains. You put your keys on it. This is on your wall. When you get home, you just plug your keys in. You always know where they are. And when you got to go somewhere, you just boom, and you're on your way. It looks super cool. The keychains, it's awesome. It's nice and small too. It's not all bulky. And it's a great gift. If you know anyone out there who plays guitar or just a music fan, get them one of these. You're going to be a hero. They're going to love you. And if you go over to Plugins Keychains, that's plural, and plugins is with a Z, PLUGINZ, keychains.com. Get yourself a jack rack. Put in code DuddyB at checkout, and you will get 20% off of every single order that you ever do. You heard it here, people. You heard it here first.
Every order you do.
Every time you ever
order
order
that you ever
merchandise.
do. You've heard it here.
All right. So that was
Okay.
cool. And I do see him pulling up right now. I told you guys before, we have a super special guest here today, Shawn Denver. It is John Denver's cousin. I ran into him this weekend over at Cheese's house. He told me a cool story. I thought he should come in and share it with you guys. So let's bring him on over here.
This is insane. What a guesty day.
What a
dude.
guesty day.
Steven Seagal We got Lee with us all day, and now
Yeah.
Shawn Denver, John Denver's cousin.
I mean, when you have the chance to
I'm
get,
most excited about that. Seagal is cool, but Shawn Denver.
I mean, I don't know.
He sounds like a legend.
I've never heard of him till right now, but John Denver's cousin, dude. Why not?
Dude, that
Bring him
counts for
in.
something.
dude, I'm
All
telling
right.
you, you have the chance to get John Denver's cousin on the show. You do it.
You don't say no. All right, well, welcome to the show, man. That's cool.
Hey,
Good to
man,
meet
yeah.
you.
Thanks for having me down here, guys.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. So I was hanging over at my friend Cheese's house this weekend, and I ran into Duddy, and I was telling him a crazy story, and he asked me if I'd come down here and share it with you guys.
I love that.
Hell yeah.
So tell us.
Well, you guys know my cousin, John Denver,
Yeah.
Correct.
and you know his song. He's got a very famous song, "Country Road."
Yeah. Great song.
Well, truth be had, that I actually wrote that song, and he stole it from me.
Get out of here. That's a pretty hard claim.
That's a claim. Duddy did not say anything. He's just like,
Well-
dude, I got Shawn Denver coming in. I'm like, who?
Dude, I told you guys, I told you that he had a crazy story and he wanted to come down and share it. So, yep. So, what had happened is I was having some family over and John had come by like he always did. And I was sitting out on my back porch and I was singing a sad song I'd made because I'd lost my favorite cat.
Okay.
And, I didn't think anything about it. And years later, I hear on the radio a song and I'm like, hey, wait a second. That sounds just like the song I wrote about my cat. And guess who it was by?
Your cousin?
My cousin, John Denver.
God, John and Dan's.
What a crook.
No way. So, okay, you're dicking around. Did you have a band or were you just messing around?
No, I didn't have a band. I just would sit on my back porch and I would play my acoustic guitar. And John came by, he heard me playing a song, and apparently he liked it enough to steal it from me.
Get the. Well, what?
I actually have a guitar here right
Yeah.
now. I can play it. I can play you the original of Country Road.
Okay.
And it was a song I wrote. It was about, this is about my favorite cat that I lost. And this is how it went. It went, Calico, please come home to the place you belong. Here on my back porch, that's where I'm from. Take me home,
Beautiful.
Calico. So yeah, there was a song.
He obviously stole that
He
from you.
definitely stole it.
He
I
stole
like
it.
Calico better. It makes more sense.
So, and then it was a sad song about a cat, not about a country road.
Wow.
Fuck.
Did you say anything?
Mind blown.
By the time I was able to call him out on it, he was long gone. So,
You waited a while.
well,
Oh.
I live very, very distant. I didn't hear the song until years after it was out. So,
Wow. Well, that's a heavy story. Thank you
yeah.
for. Have you told anyone else that? I've never heard this. This is not something I've ever heard.
well, I don't want to tarnish his name, and it's not going to bring
You
my cat
just
back.
did.
Now you're ready to, and it's not going to bring your cat back.
It's
That
not
is
gonna-
true. Well,
Well,
you're-
the reason I am out here on the show is to actually let anyone know if they see a one-eyed calico running around out there. That's my
at this
cat.
point, you'd be about 62 years old.
Yeah, it's got 9 lives.
Oh, right.
All right, well, I gotta
dude.
go.
Shawn
Wow.
Denver.
Duddy, what a get, dude. What a get. To play a song, too.
Dang,
I
yeah.
think he wanted to came here today to set the record straight
I think
about
so.
his cousin who's just not very, what a crook.
Dude, what the hell just happened?
That's a conspiracy query right there, huh?
That could have been
That could have
involved
been.
in the query.
I'm seeing.
Are you seeing something
No,
in the
I
bunker?
thought I saw people walking around.
Oh, Duddy's seeing. Dude, play
Oh,
the scary
man.
music, Luke. Duddy's seeing
No.
things. Well, that was really cool. And then he just disappeared really
He
quick.
just was gone as quick as he came.
Well, I hope you can have him come back. I mean, I guess he's a friend of Cheese's, so that'll be great. What are you looking at, Dad?
I
Are you
swear
still
I
seeing
thought I saw
something?
people walking into that door. Could be
Oh.
wrong.
Coming down into the bunker. Well, maybe Shawn's on his way out right there. Did you
Oh,
leave
maybe,
the door
yeah.
open? Luke, make sure Shawn Denver didn't leave the door open. All right, cool. Luke's taking care of that.
Alrighty.
Well, that was a straight up banger, dude. So what are we doing now? Are we just getting into the questions?
I think we're just gonna get into some Q&A and then we're out.
This might be a 4-star show by the end of this episode.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, let's get the Q here. All right, here comes Luke. Pull the Q&A back up. Front door's closed. Denver's out of here.
I'll pull it up on my phone
right.
right here.
Questions. Woo-hoo-hoo. Ask us any question you want. Oh, you done?
I'm just gonna go from the phone. Oh, my
Okay.
phone's about to die.
Uh-oh, yikes.
Actually, will you go, Luke? Will you plug this in? Because it's actually running the camera. This is great podding right now.
Oh, this is 3-star pod right here.
All right,
there
so
you go.
you got to scroll down because I already answered half of these on the Monday morning show.
Yeah, so as you guys know, the question segment, all these questions come from our Patreon page. If you want to get
Keep going.
4 extra episodes a month and be able to ask questions that we answer on the show, go sign up.
Keep going.
Patreon.com. Feeling good with Duddy.
That's good right there.
All right.
All right, let's start here.
That one is kind of an inside baseball one, that top one.
We are going to start with Christy Disney Blonde Gilroy. She says, when will the P.O. box be ready for use? I have some things to send each of you. Nothing creepy, I swear. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Actually, we talked about that today. I'm probably going to set the P.O. box up today. And on the news of people sending stuff, we got Kimmy's package.
Oh, yes. P.S. Like Duddy said, by next episode, we'll have a P.O. box for you
Yes.
guys. You can send us stuff. And we did have some people send us some things to a different location.
We've heard there's a bunch of other packages waiting
Yep.
for us at the address. So if you sent something, we probably have gotten it, just haven't picked it up yet. But we did get Kimmy's package. I put on a full hazmat suit and then I just torched it, set it to flame.
Set it aflame. And we thank you, Kimmy. Kimmy, you're the best. Thank you for everything.
Thank you, Kimmy, though. We do appreciate it. It was very nice of you. Let's see here. Cindy says, my question is for Jake. Why won't you add us on Facebook? Do you hate us?
Yeah, we got a lot of, this is for all of us. Let's set the record straight on this. Yes, I hate all of you a lot. And that's why I won't accept any of your friend requests. No, because I don't give a shit about like Facebook. I have a lot of friend requests sitting in the like waiting zone in my personal Facebook. Duddy's already maxed out at 5,000 friends. He has no room. I just never even open that up to see that there's anyone trying to be my friend.
I didn't know that I had to actually press accept until very recently.
I haven't been on Facebook in 8
Dude,
years.
the
Yeah.
only thing I do
Yeah.
on Facebook is a little live morning show that I do. And then we have the FGWD bunker, which I look at every once in a while. So if you want to hang out with me on Facebook, go to the Morning Ride Show on Facebook. And that's where I go live and I talk to people, I hang out. So there you go.
Jesse Z or Jesse Rules says, favorite type of sword. I'm expecting Duddy's to be a cutlass, but it's never good to assume. You know what? I do love a cutlass. And for those who don't know what that is, it's like the curvy kind of pirate sword. That's a cutlass. Those are pretty dope. I do like that. I mean, a good old fashioned samurai sword's pretty
I'm
dope.
thinking samurai. Yeah. Just like the old, like Conan the Barbarian. That's a heavy sword. What good is it if you're dead before you even swing it? You want the speed.
Yeah. What was the? Well, yeah. Oh, I know my favorite sword, Jake.
What's that?
Fish.
You're
Guys.
fun. Isn't he fun?
God.
All right. A lot of fun.
She who shall not be named. If you ever listen to Sirius/XM radio, what is your favorite station? Huh.
Do not.
I do actually. I love the classic rewind. I love the classic vinyl. I listen to the joint every now and then, but that's so hit or miss. And I listen to a lot of the comedy stations as well. And Jason Ellis, I listen to that. So,
nice.
Yeah, those are the things.
Oh, he got fired.
He did?
Yeah, Jason Ellis got fired from Sirius. So now.
Oh, now he's over with Lance.
That's
right.
Yep, that's right.
His show's
He's with our
hilarious.
buddy Lance, who's gonna help us out on this show as well. And now they're building a whole new thing for Jason Ellis, so he's
Nice.
gonna do great.
Another one from Jessie. She says, "Can we hear And It Stoned Me on the podcast or get a tutorial?" Yes, you actually can totally do that. And yes, I'll totally give you a tutorial. for those of you who don't know, over on our Patreon page, not only do we do 4 bonus episodes every month, I also do once a month, I do a guitar tutorial on a Dirty Head song, and I walk you through how to play it, and then I play the song for you. If that sounds good to you, head on over to patreon.com/feelinggoodwithduddy and sign on up. Kevin Torbeck says, with everything at Cutlass being 50% off, when are we going to be seeing the new stuff? That's a great question. Yeah, everything right now at Cutlass brand is 50% off the entire website if you put in code ENJOY50 at checkout. And yes, that is because we're kind of clearing out, getting ready for some new stuff. And I'd like to say maybe mid to late February, we'll be dropping some new shit for you guys. Let's see here. Lynn Honyoist says, my son Haram loves the Monday Morning Hangover song. I wanted to play it for him on SoundCloud. Did the Germans tell you why they took their song down? I guessed maybe they're too big to be giving away their music and the fees to their use of the genre. So yeah, you know what? We'll ask them, but
I think they were banned
from SoundCloud.
Yes.
Well, I think what it was is they were getting so many downloads that it was kind of shutting down SoundCloud's servers. So they were just like, we have to cut you guys loose
It was
so that
something like
other
that.
people could actually put their stuff up on SoundCloud.
It was
So that's what
becoming
happened.
unfair.
Oh, this is it. This
Thanks.
is the last question. Wait! You didn't answer my question! There's no time! Queen BD13 says, Duddy and Jake, can I install a heating system in your bunker yet?
Oh man, so this
If you can find us.
if you can find us, she like installs air conditioning or something and said she'd come here and install AC, and then of course we never took her up on it. Now she's trying to do the heater thing, which sounds tempting,
It sounds great.
but you'd have to find it.
Right
All right,
on.
there
Other
it
than
is.
that,
Queen
dude.
Big Dick 13. She asked.
Lee, thanks for stopping by.
Hell yeah,
Thanks
dude.
for having us, man. Had a
Where
good time.
where could people find you at if they want to?
On the interwebs, ldonthecut.com, or on Instagram at ldonthecut, or Twitter at ldonthecut. I don't tweet that
LD
much.
on the cut. We'll have all your links and stuff below.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, fucking good luck getting back out on the road. You and Rome. You'll be out there, I'm sure, the same time that Dirty Heads are. You guys are probably booked together. Real quick before we leave, there is that one show.
What is it?
Supposedly.
The High Tide
Supposedly,
Fest?
there's like
You know,
one
sometimes
show that
I find
hasn't
out
been
about
canceled.
our shows now with the flyers. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yep.
so it's like I saw one that popped up for Dirty Heads vacation show or something. In
Orlando Vacation.
Orlando Vacation, and I think there's some other show in Arizona.
Yeah, the High
In
Tide
April.
Fest or something
Something like that.
I think I did
So
see
there's
that.
a show in April in Arizona, the High Tide Fest, that is Sublime with Rome, Dirty Heads. And as of yet, it's on April 25th. It hasn't been canceled yet.
Okay.
So there, right? Is that
awesome.
what you're saying?
Yeah,
That's
I hope
it.
it
It's
doesn't.
right
Yeah,
there.
get
yeah,
canceled.
you're like, okay.
I mean, nowadays it's like, okay, something pops up and you're just like, okay, yeah, right. Let's see if
We'll
actually
see.
play
Yeah.
it in this day and age.
Yep.
You know?
So there you go. We leave you with the possibility.
But I'm
Of
excited. I
shows.
hope we do, because we
Yeah.
spent a ton of time on the road, and touring with you guys is always fun. So
So much fun. Yeah. So I definitely hope that we get back out on the road, and I definitely hope it's with you guys.
same.
Other than that,
Samesies. All right, everybody.
Sweet. Peace.
Bye.